I've been in the union just about all my life. Knowing that if you've got a problem, and it doesn't matter how big or small that problem is, I know if I can ring Kev or Rob, or even Ian, and I can chat to them over the phone, and it's just so easy these days compared to what it used to be, that no problem seems to be too big for them.
Yeah, I've been here 15 years, 10 of those as a team leader and probably around 10 as delegate for the site. Yeah. For me, I get enjoyment out of doing it just because I can help the guys out. As I said, I've been here a long time, so I've got the respect of the management, which makes it a lot easier to communicate with them, and to get a good result at the end of the day is you know, a big bonus for me. But my biggest hope is that we're still open and running, and my biggest fear is completely the opposite of that.
Because at the end of the day, we all want the same result. We all want jobs, we all want to be able to feed our families, and we all want the best service for the community. You know, the reason why unions are so strong, especially in the state government arena, is because we actually care about what we're doing.
If I see or perceive something to be unfair, then I've never been one to sort of sit back and say, oh, well, I'll just cop that. I've always been one to sort of say, well, hang on, I don't agree with what you're doing. We can't lose sight of protecting the people who make the profit.
The union has taken up the fight in the past with the owner, and they've had a really good struggle with it. I think directly there's probably 300 people on site. Possibly, I think about 180 of those are AWU members. The rest are staff, engineers, etc., etc. They're all from the local area, so they all feed in the local area.
Worked for the National Trust for 12 years in November, so quite a nice stint. We are basically responsible for the day-to-day maintenance of the property. So all things that are seen in terms of gardening, we do. We mow, we weed, we prune. But our previous union delegate had been promoted, so it was sort of next rank of seniority, and congratulations, you're the union delegate. I was extremely lucky that we had a long-term union organiser who had dealt with our unit for a very long time and knew our organisation, and I lent on him, I'll be honest, very strongly.
Well, they need to put Australian people's tax dollars to invest those dollars back into Australian jobs, and specifically for South Australia, where if we haven't got these defence contracts coming in, our state looks in a pretty bad way.
And the union gives you an avenue where you've got a support base, and you've got someone that can go to the right places, talk to the right people, and just see reason.
Yeah, while I was doing corporate law at university, I was learning from Leah, learning from the AWU staff about, you know, interactions between management and how to process that. So as a result of that, I decided to join the union. I found it really supportive of especially young, you know, individuals, and yeah, I've been grateful ever since.
I mean, it's always an interesting feeling. I mean, having driven this road so many times, going into work, I mean, working there for 18 years, and now coming back and meeting the delegates, and we're going to be talking about, you know, domestic gas reservation. It just gives you such a different feeling coming back down this road in the role that I do now compared to the one that I used to do. Yeah, it's actually quite a special feeling. It plays very much on my mind. My dad was made redundant when the steelworks closed, and I know the impact that can actually have. Well, you know, you can be on the road a fair bit, and it's about getting out and really understanding what's affecting the branches and what's affecting the members and the delegates and the issues that are actually important to them. And, you know, it's very clear that talking to the delegates, the thing that is driving it home for me at the moment is job security. That is, you know, the real focus that they've got at the moment is actually being able to have a viable job going forward in the sectors that they predominantly worked in. These are the real people, the delegates and the members, and understanding what it is they do, and, you know, the ongoing battle that you've got for issues, having to deal with the company, issues around people being on workers' comp, and, you know, the day-to-day basics, and, you know, just talking with the delegates then about the role that they actually play and they'll get the phone calls in the middle of the night. There's been a workplace accident, or there's a bargaining dispute going on, or there's an issue with one of the members on the refinery, and they're the ones who do that day-to-day dealing, and coming back to talk to them and understanding how vital a role for our delegates is and how important they actually are and the day-to-day work that they actually do. It's fantastic to come back and catch up with them today.